The Leica Q4 is already shaping up to be one of the most talked about cameras in recent memory, not because it has officially been announced, but because of the intense speculation surrounding its timing and features. Traditionally, Leica has followed a very predictable release cycle for the Q series. The original Q arrived in 2015, the Q2 in 2019, and the Q3 in 2023. A clean, 4-year cadence had most photographers and industry watchers penciling in 2027 as the natural window for the Leica Q4. But now, fresh whispers suggest that Leica might be preparing to disrupt expectations entirely. Some insiders hint that the Q4 could arrive much earlier, possibly as soon as 2026, throwing conventional wisdom out the window. If true, such a move could completely redefine how Leica positions itself in the highly competitive premium compact full-frame market. What makes this possibility so intriguing is the contrast between what people expect based on history and what new rumors are implying. Leica has always been a brand known for deliberate, measured updates. They don't rush products out the door. Instead, they focus on carefully considered improvements that respect the brand's philosophy of refined simplicity. However, technology in the camera world is advancing at such a breakneck pace that sticking to a rigid 4-year cycle could actually put them at risk. Autofocus systems, computational photography, AI-driven subject tracking, and sensor innovation are moving forward faster than ever before. Waiting until 2027 to release the Q4 might mean Leica lags behind key competitors like Sony, Canon, and Fujifilm, all of whom are pushing boundaries in the compact full-frame segment. So what could be driving the momentum for an earlier release? Competitive pressure is certainly one factor. Sony, for example, continues to innovate aggressively with their compact full-frame options, and Fujifilm has been making waves with hybrid cameras that appeal to both photographers and filmmakers. It's possible that Leica sees an opportunity not just to keep pace, but to leap ahead by dropping the Q4 sooner than expected. There are also suggestions that Leica's engineers have already made significant progress behind the scenes, testing prototypes and exploring technology that could be ready for prime time much earlier than anyone anticipated. If that's the case, then why wait until 2027? Naturally, the rumor mill has been spinning furiously. On one hand, conservative voices argue that Leica will stick to its established pattern, releasing the Q4 in 2027 with a polished but incremental upgrade. On the other, more sensational predictions are floating around, claiming revolutionary changes are just around the corner. Some discussions suggest the Q4 could pack a 64-megapixel sensor, powered by advanced artificial intelligence for subject tracking, making it one of the most capable compact cameras ever. Others believe the update will be much more modest, a small evolution, possibly limited to firmware improvements, slightly enhanced autofocus, or video tweaks. With rumors ranging from bold to cautious, the truth likely lies somewhere in between. The real question is this: what would justify a Q4 release in 2026? To answer that, we need to consider what the Q3 already delivers. It comes with an impressive 60-megapixel full-frame sensor, 8K video recording, a tilting touchscreen, excellent image stabilization, and the stunning Summilux 28mm lens that defines the series. On paper, it already offers professional-grade performance in a compact form factor. So what room is there for Leica to truly push forward with the Q4? One area is low-light performance. Even with its high-resolution sensor, the Q3 is not immune to noise challenges in very dim conditions. A refined sensor with better base ISO performance could help address this. Autofocus is another field ripe for improvement. While the Q3's autofocus is solid, it is not at the same level as some competitors. Leica could step up by implementing faster subject acquisition, improved continuous tracking, and perhaps even leveraging artificial intelligence to recognize more subject types beyond faces and eyes. Image stabilization might also see meaningful upgrades. The Q3 already has stabilization, but refinements could make handheld shooting even smoother, especially for video creators. A fully articulating screen, rather than just a tilting one, is another feature that has been heavily requested. For videographers and vloggers, this change could be a game changer. Speculation around the Q4's video capabilities is also running high. The Q3 already brought 8K recording into the mix, which is remarkable for a compact camera. But with competitors pushing 6K and even 8K full-frame oversampling at higher frame rates, Leica could choose to refine the Q4's video performance further. Perhaps we'll see 8K 60 FPS recording, enhanced heat management for longer continuous shooting, or expanded log profiles for filmmakers seeking maximum flexibility. All of these possibilities point toward meaningful but careful improvements, changes that align with Leica's philosophy of balancing technical sophistication with elegant simplicity. Leica has never chased specs for the sake of headlines. Instead, they focus on creating cameras that feel intuitive, inspiring, and timeless. This philosophy raises the question: will the Q4 be revolutionary or evolutionary? If history is any guide, it will probably lean more toward the latter, but with enough new features to satisfy professionals and enthusiasts alike. Now, let's consider the strategic dimension. What if Leica isn't bound to the predictable 4-year cycle at all? Imagine the market shock if the Q4 were unveiled in early 2026. That would catch the industry completely off guard. It would generate massive buzz, grab headlines, and force competitors to scramble. In an era where surprise often translates into momentum, this would be a brilliant move. Launching sooner would also allow Leica to strike while the Q3 is still fresh in people's minds, riding the wave of its success before rivals fully respond with their own compact full-frame updates. There's another layer here. Leica could use an accelerated Q4 release to redefine how people perceive their development cycle. Instead of being boxed into a rigid schedule, they could signal that they are capable of moving faster, staying agile, and leading innovation rather than following tradition. That kind of positioning could help Leica maintain its prestige while proving it is fully engaged with the rapid pace of today's camera industry. Of course, the big unknown is how far Leica is willing to go with the Q4's feature set. Some rumors point to groundbreaking updates like AI-driven autofocus that rivals Sony's most advanced systems, or even computational tools that make shooting in challenging conditions seamless. Others are more modest, predicting small refinements designed to keep the Q series relevant without reinventing it. The truth will likely depend on Leica's priorities. Do they want to protect the Q's identity as a pure photography tool, or expand its reach as a hybrid powerhouse that competes with Sony's Alpha line and Canon's EOS series? The anticipation surrounding the Leica Q4 highlights just how passionate the photography community is about this series. Whether it arrives in 2026 or 2027, the Q4 represents more than just a new model. It embodies the tension between tradition and innovation, between measured refinement and bold reinvention. That tension is exactly what keeps people speculating, debating, and waiting with excitement. At this stage, the only certainty is that the Leica Q4 is coming. Whether it's an early release that shocks the industry or a carefully timed follow-up that continues the established pattern, it will spark discussion and set new expectations for what a premium compact full-frame camera should be. Until then, the speculation continues, the wish lists grow longer, and the excitement builds. For photographers and videographers alike, the Q4 may very well become the camera that defines the next era of compact luxury in digital photography.